Hey there, it's Ryan Haley with Atlantic Shores Sothebys International Realty, and welcome back to the podcast. So I have to say, we've had quite an historic week for us here at Atlantic Shores Sothebys International Realty. We were fortunate enough to get off the ground this past week and launch as a Sothebys International Realty affiliate, which is something that's been a long time coming, and we are extremely excited about. I have to say that the support from the Chamber of Commerce coming out to do a great ribbon cutting was awesome. We had members from the brand, from Sotheby's International Realty, who came down to see us, which was great. But then there's still a lot of things that are needed to be done. The website changes. We got some new signs that came in today. So we're working through our checklist, but it's certainly a very exciting time for us and historic time for the company. But one thing that I think I'm even more excited about is a new addition to our team. Somebody who has been in the real estate market or in the real estate space here in Ocean City for quite some time, has had some great success, and we are just elated to have her join our company and launch with our company at this historic time for Atlantic Shores Sotheby's International Realty. So I am pleased to introduce everybody to the newest agent within the company here, Lauren Bunting.
Thank you, Ryan. It's great to be a part of this team. I'm so excited, and it was really fun to be there for the ribbon cutting day and the launch, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Christy and I and the rest of the team are extremely excited. The timing worked out perfect for you to join us on day one, and we know you're gonna do a great job for the company, and you're gonna be able to build your business personally. So what I thought I would start off with today, Lauren, is, we know you locally. Yeah, we know, we've seen your success for years. I think a lot of people here in the greater Ocean City know who you are from multiple different businesses and your family's influence in the community. But for our listeners who might not know you, tell us a little bit more about Lauren Bunting.
Well, I did grow up here in the Ocean City area and went off to college, but came back and started working kind of in real estate, but not as an agent. I did marketing for real estate. So that was really the start of my career in the real estate industry. So probably about 8 or 9 years of that, and then got my license back in 2002.
Okay.
So from there, I was with a family-owned brokerage, Bunting Realty. But after 17 years, I have looked at my business and where I'd like to see it go. And I'm really excited to have this opportunity to join you guys over at Atlantic Shores Sotheby's.
That's great. And so almost 18 years in the business. That's the same as me. Got in at the exact same time, which is interesting. The company you had been with, you guys did a great job. Cam, your broker, is somebody who's extremely influential in the real estate market, a great lady. That company based in downtown Berlin, right?
Yes.
So you're in downtown Berlin, but you've always lived in Ocean City. Is that correct?
That's right. So even growing up, I lived in town. When I came back from college, bought a townhouse right at the right time, right before the market took off, and was able to, swap that and buy a house back on 15th Street. We love living in town. I call myself a townie. People will look at me and think I'm crazy that I live in town, but I love it for all of the lifestyle aspects that it offers. It's walking out my door and being able to hop on my bike and go up on the boardwalk. So yeah, I love living in town. And while Berlin is really a cool small town in America, which, they had that designation, I do have a special fondness for in-town Ocean City. Yeah.
So, and with that, living in town, you've raised your family in town. You have a family. You raised your kids in town, or concurrently raising your kids in town, which that's a whole different perspective, too, to be a kid growing up in Ocean City. But can you tell us a little bit more about your family?
Sure. So my husband, Brian Bunting, has a local demolition. He's a demolition contractor. And we have 2 boys, Gavin and Colin. We just sent Gavin off to college at College Park. But one thing I love about living in town and raising them in town, like you were mentioning, is being able to teach them a good work ethic. My oldest started working at 14 for a restaurant, and he worked hard every summer and learned the value of a dollar and how hard it is, to be out there and working. Which, is important to me. That's important to me in real estate. Like you mentioned, Cam is a fantastic broker. She's been in the business for over 35 years, and she was wonderful to learn from. She taught me, well, and I'm very, I respect her. I have the utmost respect for her. So it's great to be able to take that now to the next level. For where I see business going in over the next 15, 20 years for me.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your business up to this point. So there's obviously the geographic location differences, which is not a huge difference, but you have Berlin being the office hub, and then living in Ocean City. What would you say your business has looked like for the last 17, 18 years? I mean, maybe give us an idea as to the type of clients you work with the most, and or where are they buying? What do they look for?
I think starting being in the business for the amount of time that I've been in selling, and being able to start slowly, because I was a realtor, but I also owned an advertising business. And owning an advertising business, if anybody's been in that, you understand that it thickens your skin. So it really kind of set me up to be a good agent, to be able to push through no's, or, to really understand personalities and, be able to work with lots of different type of people. But owning that advertising business and being in real estate, for those first few years really gave me the opportunity to learn from the bottom up. So one thing that I'm proud of is that I've done deals in every aspect. So, land purchases. There's so much that goes behind that, and understanding and being able to protect buyer clients, or being able to market it from a seller's perspective, to the point that it is marketable, and having enough information. So land and first-time home buyers, up to $1 million properties in town. So it's been wonderful being able to have this amount of history and perspective and knowledge in the industry for me to now take this step to Atlantic Shores, Sothebys International Realty, to really be able to give that high level of customer service.
So that's interesting. In your perspective, the question I guess that comes to mind for me, and tell me a little bit more about having that background in marketing. How has that helped you? Especially in an industry where, we're salespeople, and that's part of being a real estate agent or a realtor. You have to be a salesperson. But at the same time, in today's world, one of the most key things we can do is market our clients' properties to the best of our abilities. So tell me a little bit about that background in marketing and how that has helped you in your real estate sales business.
Sure. I think, coming out of college with that degree, and then into my first, professional career doing marketing, it teaches you the importance of branding and consistent message and, being clear and concise. There's a lot behind it that, it's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to join your team. Is I think that you guys, both you and Christy with Atlantic Shores, have done a great job in marketing. And it makes sense that you looked to the Sothebys International Realty brand to take it to the next level, because they really are top tier when it comes to marketing.
I agree 100%. That there was very few brands that, spoke to us like Sotheby's International Realty, did and is continuing to do so. And it's certainly one of the brands that it's very simple. It's very clean. But it in that 289 blue, that you see associated with Sotheby's International Realty is the same everywhere. There's no variation to it. It's going to be the same. And it was unique. This week we were having actually some training, and the person who was giving us the training was talking about how you go to a conference and everything is the same from the brand aspect. You know, the business cards all look the same, the marketing message is all the same, and it becomes recognizable and increases the value, I think, of the brand.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's powerful in its simplicity and consistency, for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. We're super excited about continuing to roll out more of the brand. So we're still working on this week. It's a work in progress. But not to get off topic, I did want to ask you, because, I mean, you've been so successful when it comes to your real estate career. You're doing such a great job, you know, raising your family and getting the boys off, or your oldest off, to college. But tell us a little bit more about your involvement in the community. I mean, you've been extremely involved. It's hard to believe you have enough time to volunteer your time. But tell us about some of the things you've been involved with.
Well, I think it needs to be important to you. Volunteerism has to speak to you. And for me, that came from, someone that I looked up to, which was my father. So I lost my dad 10 years ago. And when he passed away, struggling to find, how do you honor that person that was so important to you? That's really when I started to get into volunteering in our community. So,
great.
yeah, I chose my cause as Habitat for Humanity, and I was on their board for over 8 years, and I'm still very active with them. I'm really proud of the things that we've been able to do over that time. When I joined, we had no paid employees. It was all volunteers. We now have we have a full-time executive director that we've had for a while, and she's been amazing. She's helped drive this forward, and it's been wonderful working with her as a team. And a few years ago, we decided to take a really big, risky step. But we felt a very necessary step for the chapter in opening a restore. Yeah. So we, researched that, and she and I opened that restore to be able to give our Worcester County Habitat for Humanity chapter the financial stability that it needs to be able to grow and build more houses for people here in Worcester County. So, I'll continue to keep working with them at some level, but right now, really helping with the restore and making sure that takes off.
And where's the restore located?
The restore is in Berlin, right off of Route 113. If you're heading south towards Snow Hill, you'll see it just across from the Little League fields in Berlin. Yeah, and it's doing great. It's been open now for about a year and a half. Numbers are improving, things are going well, and so we take donations of furniture, building supplies, appliances, and we do pickups as well. So people can email their pictures. If you are looking to get rid of something and you'd like to donate it, you can send an email to donations, with an S on the end, at habitatworcester.org. And we'd love to have the donation. So
That's so cool. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to switch gears, coming back to the company a little bit more here. I'm going to ask you a couple questions, just to kind of give some other folks some perspective as to a little bit more about why you made this move. So the first question I wanted to just inquire about is how did you come to choose Atlantic Shores Sothebys International Realty?
We touched on it a little, but the team and the people behind the business were really most important to me. I wanted to know that I was moving into a brokerage where it was kind of like mind, where it was hardworking, ethical, comfortable to be with, all of those reasons, and definitely very pleased with the choice. The team has been amazing. The support at the office is unbelievable. I'm really looking forward to how this can help grow my business. Yeah.
And we're truly looking forward to having you. And you also touched on this as well, but a little bit more so. So obviously there's a few components to, and once again, the interesting time. I mean, we were talking a little bit as we were Atlantic Shores Realty, and then now the transition to Atlantic Shores Sothebys International Realty. What was it about the Sothebys International Realty brand that really got your attention?
Well, after going through some training this past week, that's a little easier to articulate. So some of the things that I've taken away that are so important is that Sotheby's differentiates you. The business keeps getting harder and harder, right?
Yeah,
To keep your market share, and the technology changes so quick, and people consolidating, and all of those things. But Sotheby's just, to me, rises above. They do differentiate themselves, and that is, to be able to pass that on to our sellers in the area is key and really important. But I do love too that they are a marketing powerhouse. Yeah, what they can do for your clients is really second to none. And I think it was said, I think the quote was, it's $1 million service at any price point. Yeah. So this is something that we can deliver no matter what price your house is, no matter if you're a lot for sale, no matter if you're a first-time home buyer, or you have that oceanfront condo. Whatever level, we will deliver the service that will help you get your property sold for the most amount of money in the least amount of time, because Sotheby's brand delivers that marketing powerhouse.
Yeah. The toolkit that we are now armed with from a marketing standpoint is unbelievable. And just, I know we're all super excited to get it out there and put it into the Ocean City market, which Ocean City had been missing for forever.
Yes.
So we're happy to bring it to our neighborhood. So this is kind of, you touched on this too, but I mean, overall, if you're speaking to your clients, whether it's your past clients or people you're currently working with, what is the message you want to convey to them? How is this going to benefit them in getting either their property sold or even on the other end, the buying end?
I think for your sellers, they'll need to understand exactly what we mean when we say marketing powerhouse, and what the technology is behind on 3 different levels. So the Sothebys International Realty level, meaning global international realty, on the brokerage level, Atlantic Shores Sothebys International Realty, and then on the agent level, and that's the local flavor and understanding who will be the client, or that type of local expertise. But I think sellers in our presentations are going to see the difference. They're going to understand, wow, this is beyond, you have the power of the New York Times behind you. You have the power of the Wall Street Journal behind you. A different level that we can offer with Sotheby's.
Yeah. I mean, in a great network. I mean, I think they just passed over 23,000 agents internationally. Sotheby's International Realty offices in 72 different countries. It's a huge reach, and especially here in Ocean City, we are feeder markets. Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey. That's where a lot of our clients are coming from, and in all of those areas, there are Sotheby's International Realty affiliates. So I think the network is going to be huge to be able to have clients come our way, but then in turn taking our clients here and being able to push those properties out to the network, which I think is going to be great.
Absolutely.
Well, I really appreciate your time. We are so excited, Christy, myself, the entire team. We are so excited to have you be a part of our company. We just can't wait to watch you grow and your business grow for years to come. Just for our listeners, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can easily email me. I'm at lwbunting@comcast.net. My website is laurenbunting.com. Call me at the Atlantic Shores Sotheby's office, or my cell, 410-422-9899.
Great. Once again, thank you for your time. So looking forward to it. And thank you to our listeners. Thank you for tuning in every week. And if there's ever anything we can do to assist you in your real estate needs, please contact us. But until next time, make it a great day.